number 1b, which is saying use the intermediate value theorem. If I ever see anyone struggling with this one, I'll run away from you. Okay, the intermediate value theorem is the easiest thing on earth, because all you do is you substitute the two x values, and you see if there is a sign change. That is, if they say that verify that there is a 0. What do they mean by saying there is a 0? It just means there is a value of x which will give you an answer of 0. So if you get this value of x, if it gives you a positive, then the other one gives you a negative. That means between them, there is a value of x which will give you an answer of 0. Because you can't go from positive to negative or negative to positive without passing through 0 for a continuous function. Okay, so the intermediate value theorem is a proof theorem. It is just going to prove that there is a value which is going to give you an answer of 0. How? One will give you negative, the other one will give you positive. And if that happens, that means there is one which will give you 0. So that's all you do. You show that one is going to give you positive, the other one negative. And obviously you would have proved that that means between them, there is one which will give you 0. That's all you do. So now let's put it. What is our h of x? Part B, we're going to say h of x is going to be x minus 3 o squared minus 7. So what are you going to do? You're going to put, we have x equal to 5 and we have x equal to 6. Sometimes they'll write it as from 5 up to 6. The interval 5 to 6 is the same as saying between x equal to 5 and x equal to 6. This is the same as saying in the interval 5, 6. Okay, you still have x equal to 5 and x equal to 6. So what you're going to do is you put 5 as, so you're going to say let x equal to 5. That means you now have h of 5 is equal to, wherever there is x, you're putting 5. So it will be 5 minus 3 o squared minus 7, which is equal to 5 minus 3 is 2 squared minus 7. And 2 squared is a 4 minus 7. If you put 4 minus 7, you get negative 3. So this h of 5 is negative 3, which is negative. Okay, then now you're going to have, now again, the h of x is that. So we'll now have our, we'll now say h of x, we write it again if you want. H of x is equal to x minus 3 o squared minus 7. Then you can now say let x be equal to 6. You now have h of 6 being equal to 6 minus 3 o squared minus 7, which is going to be now 6 minus 3 is 3 squared minus 7, which is 3 squared is 9 minus 7, which is going to be 2, and this is a positive thing. Okay, so now what we are seeing is that, look at it, one gave us a negative solution, the other one gave us a positive solution. So there is a sign change. Now if there is a sign change, you now need to know how to write that. How do you write that? You now say since, which one gave you a negative? You go to the one that gave you a negative. It is h of 5. So you're going to say now, since h of 5 is less than 0, which is less than h of 6. Okay, so h of 5 is less than 0, which is less than f of 6. Now you're going to say by IVT, you can write it in full, by intermediate value theorem, there is a root between x equal to 5 and x equal to 6. Why is there a root? We've just proved that one is negative and one is positive. So that means between them, there is one which will give you 0, and that is your root. Okay, a root or a solution is, if they say find a solution or they say find a root, they're just saying find one which gives us an answer of 0. And how do you do it? You check if there is a sign change. If there is one that's positive, then the other being negative, then you know that there is one which will give you an answer of 0 between them, and you are done. This is going to be part B. Now we go to question 2. Goodbye for now. See you in the next one.